Good morning, guys. How are you? I hope you're all okay. Right. First video in a long time. It's after Telford too. Which after going around Telford, I've thought afterwards, after seeing some of the builds there, I am never ever going to post a video, a model ever again that I built, because it's not until you go to a proper show that you realise how sort of far yourself is from actually being sort of how good I suppose you want to be or whatever. Anyway, by the by, I met a few decent guys there. A few guys that I was a bit, well, a guy that sort of doesn't matter, but anyway, yeah, but yeah, so I had quite a good time. But that'll be for me monthly update. I just give you a quick disclaimer now. I've had a week of feeling like poop, and this first day I've sort of felt half human. So if I do sort of suddenly break down into coughing fits or whatever, I apologise, or sneezing or whatever. But that's the disclaimer. Second disclaimer: this is going to be the final reveal for Revell's reboxing of the ICM JU88. At last I've finished it. Guys that have been following me will know how much this kit has tested me. Every single way, every single section of the build, there's been something wrong, or something's happened, and it's just really zapped and drained my mojo. This kit really has. I've been so looking forward to getting it out of the way. So yeah, so I'm just going to do a quick video because I really don't think it's worth doing a massive video for, because it's not that good. But here's the final reveal. I just wanted to tell a little bit of a story. Bear in mind, I'm not an aircraft modeller by any stretch of the imagination. I like to think of myself more as an armour modeller. I'm just trying to get a bit more variety on the channel. There's re-riveting mistakes. I haven't blended the mud properly and all that type of stuff. These are just things I'm picking up on after seeing Telford. There's mistakes on the glass where there's bits of stickiness from the masks and all that. Oh, it's just basically annoyed me, the kit, full stop. So yeah, it's for Skiffins' Stalingrad group build. Who, by the way, if you had the pleasure to meet at Telford, is one of the nicest guys I've met. Lovely chap. Always willing to sit and have a chat with you and that, which was nice. Definitely one of the highlights of Telford was meeting Jay. So yeah, basically in a nutshell, the story goes with this kit. The guys again that follow me will know I like to try to tell a bit of a story, shall we say. It's just come back from a mission. It's an older one of the JUs, so it's been used and that for a bit. I've tried to fade it. I've left one side of the engine cowlings open and the other one's closed, even though I did plan to have one side of the engine cowlings on this open. There's no aftermarket on it whatsoever. The decals inside, the seat belts and everything are all decals for the kit. The decals were crap, so I've had to use, see already it's broken again, so there's another mistake that's happened, so we'll leave that off for now, but I have had to stick that several times. I've had to, as soon as I took the decals out of the water, it ripped for the back number, so I tried for about a good 20 minutes to unfold it and fold it. It ripped again, so I ended up giving up and putting the ones for the other version on. So then if we turn it around, if you look there on the registration of the plane there, you'll notice on the back here that's missing there, because again it absolutely shattered in the water, so I've had to do that. Then eventually when I was doing the decals, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to pick certain decals from the area and just add them. I'm not going to do all of them, so I did that. I faded it on the wings because I wanted it to look like it's sort of been more used than that on one side. There's a bit of fading on there. That was done with oil paints. There's a bit of rust and a bit of chipping in that on the wings. I haven't gone overboard on that. The stickiness on the windscreen, I've actually got a bit of surgical spirit on a cocktail stick and an earbud, and I've tried to just move it around slightly so it actually now looks slightly like you guys that have been in an aircraft will know that when you get to a certain altitude the cockpit freezes, and you get ice and stuff like that on it. So as it's come down, it's obviously still got bits of ice on it and stuff. Now, rivet counters and that with it will probably watch this video and say, well, the aircraft wouldn't have got up to that sort of altitude or whatever. I really don't know. I haven't researched it, so I couldn't tell you, but that's the story anyway, so like it or lump it. It should have yellow decals on the front of the propeller noses. They split and they didn't fit. So I've just basically left them off. The machine guns wouldn't fit through the cockpits that well, so I had to drill fresh holes. This and the whatever you call this type of wire that goes to the back, is it a rudder wire or aerial wire or whatever, I don't know. However, I do know that on this aircraft here that is an aerial wire there, because I sort of did a bit of research first, as I like to do. Underneath, I gave it basically a good clear wash all over of AK's sort of, what was it now? Black, that was it, brown and green camouflage panel liner. So that was what I did on that. And just gave it a good wash all over. I didn't sort of do it a pin wash. I just washed it and then wiped it clean. I basically use AK and MIGS products on it. I normally try and do my rusting with oils and stuff. However, on this I've used AK's crusted rust deposits just on the odd bits here and there. If you look carefully, after I've done the wash, I've sort of gone back over it a bit later. You won't pick it up on camera, with a cotton bud that's damped in thinner and sort of streaked it, so it's like the dusting and dirt is streaked, from the wind and that. I might pick it up a bit more on the bottom here, on the sort of the vertical, whatever you call them. Chipped it with the silver and steel of Model Air just underneath. The decals underneath are not correct whatsoever, just the odd one or two might be correct, but I've added different ones. Put MIGS oil onto that. I've added MIGS oil and that into the engine, streaked it with black AK pigments, and then added a bit of I think it's Kursk earth or whatever it is, something like that, mud, just because obviously with it being Stalingrad, it just would have sort of been landing in fields, I would think anyway, round about that time. I had a bit of a mistake that I actually missed 2 oil dot filters that I'd left and I totally didn't realise, and then I used this new that I picked up at Telford. I wanted a new flat gloss, and I was talking to the owner of this and he said it's really good, it's like bulletproof, so I thought I'd give it a go, and he's right, it's brilliant. So I'd coated over it and I'd realised I'd left a couple of oil dots that I'd missed, and I've literally just about 10 minutes ago found it out, so I've just gone back over with the pigments and I've made it look, well, it will do by the time I finish. The zones, like as it was coming down, it's had a bit of an engine fire, so that's the story there. Mud and that around the wheels and the undercarriage and that. I'll chip the bombs. They're a bit wonky again, but again that's because certain parts broke when I was trying to attach them on. Decals were ripped here and there, so and got holes in them, so I've sort of chipped it to make it look as though, you know, they've been chipped on purpose. But all in all, it was just a disaster, the kit was. Anybody that's thinking about buying this kit, I would certainly research and try and buy another JU88. It's seriously not worth the hassle. I mean, a more experienced aircraft modeller might obviously produce a hell of a lot better finish on this, which I would expect anyway. I've sort of faded that engine there from the heat, obviously, over time from it. And obviously there's bits I could have added, like these air vents here, could have had a bit more dust there and that, but if you look closely you can see a bit of more streaking and that I've done with the washes and that tried to. But all in all, that's it really. I'm not going to give it much more than that. It's an awful kit. I haven't done a great job on it. Can't say much more really. I'm glad it's over. I wish after now I've met Jay, I'd done a better kit for him and for his group build. Next on the bench is the buddy build for me, Greg and Joe, which is a T55, which I'm sort of just near enough doing of the lower hull, so I'll do some updates on that soon. I'm just feeling a bit poo still, so it's when I feel a bit better. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. I just want to say massive congratulations to Patrick over in Germany, Patrick Schaefer. He has a YouTube channel. He's a fantastically talented modeller, lovely chap as well, nice to talk to. Him and his wife Julia just had a lovely baby boy, Lewis. He sent me a picture. He's absolutely gorgeous. Well done, Patrick. So yeah, it's good to know. So just wish Julia and Lewis well. They're still in hospital at the minute, so I thoughts are with you guys. But yeah, congratulations, Pat. So anyway, yeah, so that's it. That's the final reveal of the JU88 A4, is it, or whatever it is? I don't know. I don't really care. I don't even know if I'm going to stick this on my shelf. Actually, I think it's probably going to go in the garage out the way. I think, I'm not sure, but anyway, we'll see. Anyway, bye guys. Hope you're well. Hope you'll stay safe, and may the force be with you.